Greetings from the bowels of my Beneteau First 38 here in Oceanside Harbor. This is the aft lazarette where I've been relaxing for the last half hour, waiting to see if this water pump kicks on. So when you own an older boat, everything needs to be replaced, repaired, and taken care of. Little by little, everything's going to be replaced or repaired. It's a non-stop responsibility, and I'm learning a lot along the way. And I think it's important to get to know your systems and be able to work on them, and that'll give some more freedom to be off the dock and in some more out of the way places. So what I've been up to these last couple weeks is I got new anchor chain finally. I measured my links and they're stamped with G4, and so it's the G4 triple B 5/16 inch. 275 feet is a half of a barrel. So I got that ordered up. $1,500. It's like $1,000 plus $500 shipping is the cheapest I found. Other places were $1,000, but the shipping was actually more than that. No, wait, I take it back. This was $1,000 with $500 shipping. Others were free shipping, but they charged more than that. It ended up being like 16, 17, 2,000. So, got the chain here. It was super heavy. I thought I could get it in the back of the truck. It was delivered to the art gallery, and it's only a couple thousand feet to get here. But anyway, super heavy. Couldn't get in the truck. I just unloaded it into the truck and then loaded it back into the barrel on a little mini piano dolly, wheeled that to the boat, laid it all out, painted it. I did every 25 feet, so it goes red, white, blue, yellow. Yellow's 100 feet, and then red, white, blue, yellow, 200 feet, red, white, blue. It goes 275 feet total. And offloaded my old chain, which I should have brought the boat closer to the dock. It actually fell into the water and just started running. And so I did bring the boat up closer when I put the new chain on and loaded that on, and I'm stoked. I'll sleep a lot better when at anchor, and I want to anchor more than being on moorings, because the price of the moorings, it adds up, $60 a night. If you're there for 10 days, it's $600. So if I can anchor, that'll pay for the chain within a few weeks. I got the Starlink installed. When I was in Mexico, I bought a Starlink and used it in the van a little bit. The Mexico plans are about half of what the US plans are, so I activated it down there, and I'll be using it down there in the van. But when I'm here, I'll use it on the boat. I just need one extra cable so that I can leave this cable here and just grab the router, grab the dish, and move it with another cable at the van or wherever else I want to use it. But I just did one through-hole on the deck, and I shaved down the one side of the cable a bit so that it was less bulky, and ran that up to a fishing rod holder. Dropped the dish in there. It's all good. There's some functions there in the app where you can decide if you just want to keep it flat while you're underway. Flat is better than it always trying to find its way north. Where in the past people used to drill a hole and disable that little motor. So now it's just an option. Just leave it flat when I'm underway, and then you shut off the snow melt function just to make sure it never tries to heat up and melt snow. That'd be a waste of energy. Right now I have it plugged into my shore power 110 outlet. I do not have an inverter on this boat, so off the dock everything's 12 volt. but I am going to get an inverter so that I can use that for now. In the future, I want to upgrade the entire battery bank to lithium iron phosphate, 400 amp hours with a decent inverter, and be able to use a few other things. I have 4 fans, 12 volt fans mounted in the boat that get replaced every 3 years, that will need to be replaced every 3 years. But instead of replacing the entire unit, which is $120 and up, I've been buying the little fans for the little fan motors for $12, and you can pop those in, clean the fan, pop those in, and get another few years out of them. So I've been doing that as a routine, and I want to add 2 more fans, to one in each head. The aft head, I removed the Baby Blake toilet that was in there because it was direct to sea with no holding tank, which isn't allowed. But I'm thinking about installing a holding tank back here when I do the battery bank upgrade, and getting a more modern toilet for the aft head. Something electric and easy to use for guests, and a Sela that'll keep the V-berth more private, and a fully functional head. And want to start using that head for more of a wet locker and shower, because it is right now just a sink and storage. There's some aesthetic stuff that keeps getting pushed to the bottom of the list because safety and functionality are more important to me. But I got these little sticky tiles that are kind of cool. I like them. I did a little test at the nav station to see how it would look. And I'm going to carry that through for backsplash in the kitchen and the heads, and get some new mirrors and little hooks, and kind of do a little upgrade to the aesthetics. And there's I have a punch list of comforts and aesthetics things to work on in between the more important projects. One cool thing is I was on a waiting list for a vertical dock box, like a closet that I turned into just a surf shed. So it's got wetsuits, bodyboard, surfboard. I bought the surfboard just to fit in there because none of the boards I had fit in. So I got this fish that within an 1/8 inch just barely squeezes in there. Place to keep surf wax and all that stuff. So I'm stoked on that. I have a little dock box by the boat that I keep, my running shoes and little boat parts and tools and random things. And then I have a wet storage where I keep a 2-man kayak. And then I have a dry storage dinghy rack where I just have a couple paddle boards and whatnot. So I'm pretty spread out here. And then obviously I have the gallery, which right now is all tore apart because I have an art show coming up. So I pulled everything off the wall, patching holes, doing some touch up, and then reorganizing with some new artwork that I'm showing, and some older artwork that I reworked, and then the pieces from over the last year that I've created in the studio that are not sold yet or not in another gallery. I've been shipping out stuff to shows too. And as soon as that show is over, then I'm gonna dig into the engine, get the oil changed, filters changed, and get it ready to hit the island or islands this year. Get out to Catalina. The first trip will be with a Sela, and going to be anchoring for the first time in 2 harbors. I've always grabbed mooring balls there. So yeah, a few weeks of anchoring will pay for my anchor chain. And I'm going to be painting out there a lot. The last couple years I've been bringing out my plein air kits. Making paintings and then coming back and doing studio pieces. It's really, man, it's so cool out there. Love it, absolutely love it. And maybe I'll get over to another island of the Channel Islands this year for my first time. That'll be a bucket list goal item, a warm up to further adventures. I'd like to get Baja tackled over the next couple years. Once Cecila's driving in a year and a half or so, that'll give me a little more freedom to disappear. But yeah, here we are. I'm trying to do everything myself, well, as much as I can. It's not like a house where you can, bring someone in for $35 an hour and do plumbing and landscaping and some electrical and some painting and this and that and just like bang out a bunch of stuff all in one day. This is like, everything takes time. The parts are harder to procure. Things take time to monitor, and there's not much space. And do you really want to pay someone to do it all? Boat work cost at least 3 times what housework would cost. So it's a lot of money, and I should know how to do all this stuff myself. If I don't know how to do it, I need to learn, because when you're out on the water, out at anchor, underway, no one's coming to help you. So it's been nice to, when something breaks, vacuum breaks, take it apart. What's wrong? Fix it. Put it back together. This pump, took it apart, figured out what was going wrong. The little backflow preventers had some calcium deposits on it. My bilge pump was cycling. Where's the water coming from? It's not coming from anywhere. Its backflow preventer was blocked up too. So it was just the water between the pump and the through-hole fitting just coming back, refilling that little well in my bilge, and then it set off the float switch again, over and over and over. So it's good to know your systems, know how to work on them, fix them. I'm far from being able to do everything, but working on it. All right, so between my art stuff and the boat stuff, I am a pretty busy guy, and I better get going.